Welcome back to Learn Intermediate JavaScript on Codecademy. We're in the Classes section. This is Inheritance 1. Imagine our doggy daycare is so successful that we decide to expand the business and open a kitty daycare. Before the daycare opens, we need to create a cat class so we can quickly generate cat instances. We know that the properties in our cat class, name, behavior, are similar to the properties in our dog class, though there will be some differences because of course cats are not dogs. Let's say that our cat class looks like this. We have class cat, has this constructor which takes in name and uses litter. It creates that name property and assigns name to it, creates uses litter property, assigns uses litter to it, and creates a behavior property and assigns 0 to it. We have our getName function which will return this.name. We have getUsesLitter which will return this.UsesLitter, and we have this getBehavior method which returns this.behavior. We have increment behavior, which will increment behavior by 1. In the example above, we create a cat class. It shares a couple of properties, name and behavior, and the method, increment behavior. With the dog class from earlier exercises, the cat class also contains one additional property, uses litter, that holds a Boolean value to indicate whether a cat can use their litter box. When multiple classes share properties or methods, they become candidates for inheritance, a tool developers use to decrease the amount of code they need to write. With inheritance, you can create a parent class, also known as a superclass, with properties and methods that multiple child classes, also known as subclasses, share. The child classes inherit the properties and methods from their parent class. Let's abstract the shared properties and methods from our cat and dog classes into a parent class called animal. Here we have class animal, has this constructor which takes in a name. It creates the name property and assigns name to it, creates the behavior property, assigns 0 to it. We have the getter methods, getName, returns this.name, and getBehavior, returns this.behavior. We have increment behavior, which will increment behavior by 1. In the example above, the animal class contains the properties and methods that the cat and dog classes share, name, behavior, and increment behavior. The diagram to the right shows the relationship we want to create between the animal, cat, and dog classes. Let's zoom out and look at that. So here we have parent class is animal, has properties name, behavior, and methods increment behavior, also known as the superclass. This parent class has these two child classes, dog and cat. So they share all the same properties and methods that the parent class does, but there are differences, such as cat uses litter here. So what we're learning here, inheritance, you can have a superclass, or also called a parent class, that child classes, such as dog and cat, can inherit from, in this case, the animal class. If it's still sounding a bit far-fetched or unclear, we're going to be going over this more in the next lessons, and I'll see you there.